with wind chills like that.
So you heard it here first. You want to make sure that you bundle up, cover everything, don't expose anything. Now we have your region by region forecast coming up, but we begin with Winter Storm Gorgon. Now to put it simply, it has been a very messy morning in the DC area. Hundreds of plows couldn't keep up with the snow falling today in DC. Here is a live look at the nation's capital, of course, on the left there. The road conditions in Virginia on the right. Things have improved over the past few hours, so that is some good news. But we've been telling you about Winter Storm Gorgon for the last couple of days anyway, and it's a very fast-moving system.
It certainly is, and this is why storm specialist Carl Parker is here. And, you know, Carl, in the lab, wouldn't you say in D.C. this Gorgon has really kind of overachieved a bit?
Well, you know, it's interesting, maybe just a little bit in terms of the actual numbers, but in terms of the impact, certainly it has been a very high impact storm. The timing was not at all good, coming in right around the beginning of the rush hour. And then, of course, the temperatures have been quite cold, so it's difficult to treat the roads in that case. But we got generally about 2 to 3 inches of snow, which was the forecast. There have been about a dozen reports of 4 inches of snow, so a little bit higher than that in some spots. And here is the visible satellite picture. You notice that we are beginning to see some clearing now along the 81 corridor, northern parts of Virginia. That's getting closer and closer to D.C., coming into southern Maryland as well. So we are definitely at the very tail end of this event. There will be some lingering snow showers across the region. That's going to be about it, but not a lot of additional accumulation. Still now seeing some light snow. Philly, BWI, Harrisburg, moderate snow in New York City at 20 degrees. And this will continue on and off through the rest of the afternoon. Some lingering snow showers right into that afternoon rush, so it could be another tricky one on the Capitol Beltway in 270 and 66, and then things really winding down by 7 o'clock tonight. Now here's the water vapor picture, and this is the system coming down in this very fast flow, so it's moving offshore quickly, and in the wake of that, what we've got are west and southwesterly winds, and so the lake effect snow is really going here, southwestern parts of New York State, Cattaraugus, Chautauqua counties, Erie County, Pennsylvania, the south towns there in Buffalo, also Tug Hill Plateau getting it with that west-southwest flow. But there's a front that's going to come down. It's going to switch around the flow to north-northwest, and then we'll get lake effect snow showers driving right down into western PA. So all told, through Friday, pretty sizable area of several inches of snow coming off of those two lakes in particular, and then within that there could be more than a foot of snow up there into the Tug Hill Plateau and right around Erie, Pennsylvania. Now, looking farther ahead in time, you've got this big area of high pressure that's going to come down through the north central part of the country and all the way down into the southeast. Then it is possible that low pressure gets going at some point over the weekend. The model's showing a lot of disagreement right now about exactly when this is going to happen, but we could see moisture and colder air getting involved together starting this weekend and then going into the early part of next week, and that could mean more wintry weather, maybe some freezing rain as well for some parts of the southeast and the Mid-South. So we'll be watching that very carefully. Vivian, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Carl. Let's go more in depth, of course, on this cold air. Here is our weather headlines for today. Big Arctic cold shot from the mid-Atlantic from the middle to the latter part of the week, and it will feed into the mid-Atlantic and the northeast, much of the eastern two-thirds of the country, as you can see here. Temperatures will be below average, not 5 degrees, not 10 degrees, but anywhere from 20 to 30 degrees below average. Tomorrow, and look at Thursday, I mean brutal, as some of the coldest of air will make its way all the way down to Florida. So even the northern Floridians will not escape this cold. So here we go, more than 240 million people impacted. So it is a big story for us here at the Weather Channel. Alex, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Viv. Well, for more on that band of Arctic air, we turn it over to meteorologist Mike Seidel in Columbus, Ohio, and NBC's Dylan Dreyer in Central Square, New York.
This is meteorologist Mike Seidel at the State House here in Columbus, Ohio. So far, we've had 3 to 4 inches of snow. It is winding down, and it's relatively mild at 15 degrees. Schools have shut down this morning because of the snow, and the roads are in pretty good shape. They plowed these through the morning hours. Just a little bit of dirty slush out here. But What's ahead is the dangerous cold. Temperatures tonight will fall down to about 4 tomorrow morning. Wind chills tomorrow morning at about 15 below zero, if not colder. That wind's going to be gusting from the northwest at 15 to 25 miles an hour. And then by Thursday morning, the first sub-zero morning of the season here in Columbus, down to 5 below zero. And wind chills, dangerous levels, as cold as 25 below zero. Dylan?
Here in Central Square, New York, just north of Syracuse, we have about 8 to 12 inches of snow on the ground. Most of it fell right when we got here yesterday in near whiteout conditions. Now the heaviest of the lake effect snow has taken a break as that Clipper system moves to our south and exits off the East Coast. We will see it fire up again, though, as we go into tonight and tomorrow, even lasting through Friday morning. We could see an additional 1 to 2 feet of snow in some of the heavier bands, and then top that out with the cold and the wind chills well down below freezing. It's going to be pretty brutal around here. Dylan Dreyer, NBC News.
All right, thanks, Dylan. Well, you know what? The Mid-Atlantic, not the only region dealing with nasty travel conditions today.
Oh, the Midwest, especially Chicago. Take a look. Feeling the effects, of course, of this winter storm. Tomorrow, though, they will be feeling something else quite different.
Ooh, we'll tell you about that. Another bitter blast of Arctic air is coming, and that could mean record lows later this week. We'll tell you how low those temps will go.
Why do you want to do your taxes now with Jackson Hewitt? Because you need a free $50 Walmart e-gift card so you can share the joy of getting your taxes done. Now get a free $50 Walmart e-gift card when you do your taxes with Jackson Hewitt at Walmart.
Ring, ring. Progresso.
I can't believe I'm eating bacon-enriched creamy cheese before my sister's wedding.
Well, it's only 100 calories, so you'll be ready for that dress.
Uh-huh.
You don't love the dress?
I love my sister.
40 flavors, 100 calories or less.
Check.
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks, guaranteed.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad. And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls. And you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for Better Car Replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
You don't know your
I don't know my credit score.
That's really important. I mean,
I don't know my credit
don't you want to buy a house, like, ever? You should probably check out Credit Karma. It's free.
Credit Karma. Free.
Credit Karma. Really free credit scores.
This winter, you've got to watch the Weather Channel mornings.
It's going to have wide-ranging impacts.
Winter storms are too important to cover in just a few minutes.
It's going to be brutal for a lot of people.
Because it's not just about your forecast.
That's why those temperatures stay cold.
Look at this.
Listen to that.
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 80. Chance of rain 40%. Tonight, cloudy intervals. Slight chance of a rain shower. Low 66. Winds light and variable. Wednesday, partly cloudy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 77. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather ever caught on camera.
Oh my God!
Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Heartburn.
Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
Have you ever thought about trying eHarmony? Then we've got something exciting just for you.
our free communication weekend, and extended days for New Year's. We're giving away unprecedented access, including sending messages to matches who interest you. Kick off the new year right and really experience eHarmony for free. It's the first step in finding that perfect person for you. Connect for free during this special kickoff.
Why do you want to get everybody Spring Valley vitamins from Walmart? Because you need him to feel healthy for your big reunion. Because you need to feel the moves, not the ears.
Dance team captain 94.
And because you need Grandpa to feel like he has more energy than they do. Shop the whole line of Spring Valley vitamins now. Only at Walmart.com and Walmart.
Well, on the heels of 2 to 4 inches of snow earlier today, dangerously cold air rushing into Chicago. Bundle up. Tomorrow's high temperatures may not climb above 0. Factor in the wind. You're looking at wind chills 40 below 0 or more. Frostbite, of course, 10 minutes at least, but your exposed skin can freeze in just a matter of moments as well. So layer up the kids, scarves, gloves, parkas, Viv, heading out to the school bus. Although a lot of Midwestern cities like Columbus, Cincinnati, even in Baltimore and Maryland, delaying school today, kind of allowing that temperature to rise a little bit, and then even canceling in the end game. So maybe tomorrow, I certainly would be mindful of that.
Rightfully so, I think.
All right, so you got a taste of that Arctic chill this morning. Single-digit temperatures, wind chills well below 0 right in Chicagoland. Braving that bone-chilly cold is our own Mike Bettis.
It is an Arctic chill that just slices right through you with the wind that comes off the lake here, Lake Michigan in Chicago. Bone-chilling wind chills. We're talking double digits below 0, and it's just the beginning. Everyone bundled up against these conditions. So many people walk here in Chicago, and it's that wind that just funnels through these tall skyscrapers down here and accelerates that wind and makes it oh so cold. Not to mention the quick blast of snow that we ended up getting here in Chicago overnight that made travel a little bit treacherous, but no worse for wear as the plows were out there, more than 300 of them keeping the streets clear and salting and putting down all the ice melt out there. So good news there is that a lot of the roadways are in pretty good shape, but now we talk about how cold it gets here with wind chill warnings that go in effect overnight tonight that last through the middle of the day on Thursday for wind chills that could rival 35 degrees below 0 or colder. That meaning wind chill and frostbite setting in just a matter of 10 minutes or less. For that reason, the city opening its facilities to be warming centers from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and 21 different senior centers opening to be warming centers as well. Best advice, stay inside if you can, and if you're using a space heater, the fire department here in Chicago recommends that those fire hazards be mitigated by keeping your heater at least 3 feet away from curtains and drapes. That's the very latest here from a very frigid and about to get even more frigid Chicago. I'm meteorologist Mike Bettis. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Mike. We can't say it loud enough. Again, a big Arctic cold shot for much of the Midwest, and actually is going to move into the Northeast and parts of the South as well, but definitely of an Arctic nature here across the northern tier. You can see it is 8 degrees right now in Chicago. That's the actual temperature. It does not include the wind chill, which means how it's going to feel to your skin once the winds blow this cold air, because the wind chill is 8 below. So again, already we're feeling quite awful here across the Great Lakes, and this is brutal, but even tomorrow it's going to get even colder across this region, in particular when you factor in the winds. In fact, tomorrow morning, those brutal wind chills will feel more like this, 29 degrees below 0 in the Chicago area. Look at this at International Falls near the Canadian border, 49 degrees below 0. I cannot even imagine what that feels like. So if at all possible, don't even go outside in this type of air. It's a little too dangerous. It's a lot too dangerous. We do have these wind chill alerts in effect now, which includes the Chicago area. It includes Indianapolis. It includes Minneapolis, much of the Dakotas, much of central and eastern Iowa, even down to St. Louis. You either don't want to be outside in this brutally dangerous cold, so please be careful. Alexandra?
All right, Viv, well, you know, brutal cold, heavy snow, what does it usually mean, right? No school for kids. But before you celebrate, listen up. Well, things are changing, and it's technology-based. No school days becoming homeschool days. We're going to show you where and how. That's all coming up. But first, let's show you some live pictures of this brutal cold as we look across the country. Whether you're in Minneapolis or Chicago, temperatures really the heart of this Arctic cold in the Midwest today and into tomorrow, and then south and east into Thursday.
Dad, I know I haven't said this often enough, but thank you.
Thank you, Mom, for protecting my future.
Thank you for being my hero and my dad.
Military families are uniquely thankful for many things. The legacy of USAA Auto Insurance could be one of them. If you're a current or former military member or their family, get an auto insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
Oh, there's an energy crisis happening, all right. A human one. And it's time to fight it. With the good energy of Quaker Oats. It's how we help keep go-getters like you going and getting. One bite at a time. Try new quick steel cut oatmeal for a heartier texture. Quaker Up.
Guys, we all have our reasons to lose weight. We want to feel better, perform better, and have more energy. Well, no more excuses.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus Kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist or your money back, guaranteed.
Nutrisystem works. Don't believe me, believe these guys. I lost 8 pounds in the first week.
This is the best I have felt in a long time.
I haven't felt this good in years. Thank you, Nutrisystem. Thanks to Nutrisystem, now you can feel better, look better, and perform better at any age faster than ever before.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes and Craving Crusher shakes. Free. New food selections, new expert guides. Call now and lock in 2014 prices. And shipping is free.
Man up and send that extra weight packing.
Call 877-523-SIZE now and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
This winter, you've got to watch the Weather Channel mornings.
It's going to have wide-ranging impacts.
Winter storms are too important to cover in just a few minutes.
It's going to be brutal for a lot of people.
Because it's not just about your forecast.
That's why those temperatures stay cold.
Look at this!
Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
People love their cats, but they hate scooping, the smell, and all the litter they use. The Litter Robot is the solution. Created by a team of engineers, the Litter Robot's space-age design uses a slow rotation process and gravity to gently separate the waste from the litter, leaving a clean bed of litter after each use. The cleaning process starts automatically 7 minutes after your cat leaves. Just remove the bag from the waste door when full, and you're done.
I use less than 50% of the amount of litter I used to use.
We clean it once a week. It has a real easy pull-out tray to work with.
The best thing about it is that the house doesn't smell.
We have no accidents with this because the litter is always clean.
And I haven't scooped a litter box in 2 years.
Visit nomorescooping.com or call for our special offer on the Litter Robot. The right way to go.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera.
Oh my God!
Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 81. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, showers later at night. Low 66. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 77. Here's our 7-day outlook.
and welcome back. Let's take a live look at Times Square in New York City. 20 degrees. You're bracing for 10 degrees tomorrow. Incredibly cold conditions. Take a look at that. It certainly looks a little dreary, and it will only get more dreary, and you're only going to get colder, so you're going to start shivering. No question about that. And did you know you shiver to produce heat by your muscles? So shivering is a good thing because your muscles producing heat. So a lot of shivering going on in the Northeast, and you're only going to get colder. You know, we've talked so much about the cold in the upper Midwest and the plains, but the axis of this cold dropping south and driving eastward. So you're going to get it in New York and Washington and Philadelphia as well. So here's where that cold is. As we look toward the early part of the week, it's cold, but will only get colder. Highs 10 to 20 degrees below average from the Northeast, from upstate New York all the way down to the mid-Atlantic. Today, temperatures about 10 to 15 degrees below average. As we head toward tomorrow, those numbers go down even still. So here's tomorrow, Boston, a high of 26. That's it, 25 in New York. But, you know, also the winds are going to start to rotate in, and that's really going to be one of the biggest factors here. Not only in the Midwest, but these wind chills have been so incredibly cold. And the snow, of course, the snow coming in. We've got snow, about an inch of snow expected in New York, between 2 and 4 around Washington, D.C. today. It was actually in Washington, D.C. today, the first day of the new Congress, and the Democratic women were supposed to get their class picture, and it got canceled because of the snow. So here's New York, average 38. Of course, Thursday is your coldest day. So Philadelphia, Baltimore, New York, Albany, Thursday in the Northeast, the coldest of all the days. And it's the morning, Viv, that will really be the most impactful, especially kids out there waiting for the bus. So we'll have to see what happens. But as you've been saying, right, it's going to be cold and snowy. No school days for some, perhaps. That may end that game, right?
I don't know. Let's talk about it because, you know, last winter, Chicago saw one of its snowiest seasons on record with over 80 inches of snow, leading to several snow days. But at some schools, weather-related cancellations could be a thing of the past. Our own Dave Malkoff went to one school where technology is changing a winter tradition.
A school snow day.
That's all you want during winter?
I remember there was this one time in 5th grade, it was just 4 days in a row. It was just snow day after snow day after snow day, and it was so fun.
They're going to make a snowman, and everybody must help.
That was then, and this is now. The whole idea of a snow day is fading away, and it has nothing to do with the piles out here.
If you don't have your iPad for some reason, you can direct your attention to the front of the classroom.
It's the pads in here. In most classes, we have our assignments right on the iPads. Technology is slowly killing the nostalgic snow day.
Charlie wants to slide first.
We would go outside and build snowmen and build forts.
Here at Wheeling High School, just outside of Chicago, Aileen Leone and 75% of her classmates now have school district-issued iPads.
Work, work, work.
Yeah, snow days in the near future will be nothing more than a telecommuting day.
For better or worse.
Because teachers can send assignments home through the web, and kids can turn in their papers just as easily now.
So does that clarify a little bit?
It's already starting to happen in Mr. Urich's English class.
Because class is going to continue with or without you being here, essentially, okay? When I was in school, even just 10, 15 years ago, we didn't have the accessibility.
I feel like the next generation is missing out.
Oh my God, it's a snow day.
The joy of that snow day as faded as an old educational film.
I've got his button.
Any questions?
Sure, here's one of many. There's some kids who don't really have that internet access at home, so they would be missing out.
Yeah, and as a teacher, you just have to maintain sort of a consciousness to that, and, you know, you have to be understanding and reasonable.
There's still a digital divide, so for the next few fleeting school years, the snow day lives. But
would you rather do some work on a snow day or extend the school year into June when it's beautiful and nice? And most of the kids would take the work on the iPad now instead of giving up a day in June out of their summer.
Oh, I don't. In my day, you listen to the radio. You're like,
I know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh, gosh, no. All right. Still to come on Weather Center Live. Trapping, of course, Winter Storm Gorgon.
All right. Stay with us.
No chest-beating monologues about engine size, horsepower, or performance. No anthemic soundtracks to stir the soul. Just a Ram Heavy Duty that can carry more weight than any other heavy-duty truck. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com.
This is Paul. This is Paul's office. For those who believe a serious job doesn't have to feel so serious. One-a-day men's Vitacraves with key nutrients like B vitamins, which help convert food to fuel. It's not just a gummy, it's a complete multivitamin.
This breakfast French toaster is so good.
Really good. The French toast complements the bacon and the egg and the cheese.
Oh, hey, French toast, you're so warm and inviting.
That's like a compliment. What I'm saying is they are complementary, the way like a pitcher and a catcher would complement each other well.
Oh, like good throw. Nice catch.
I don't think you're going to get this.
That doesn't sound like a compliment.
It's the perfect complement to your morning. The breakfast French toaster. And start your day with the 99-cent morning drink stop. This is how you Sonic.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Well, did you know that playing cards with Kenny Rogers gets old pretty fast?
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. What? You get it,
I get the gist, yeah.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
She inspires you. No question about that. But your erectile dysfunction? That could be a question of blood flow. Cialis Tadalafil for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat ED and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently or urgently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any allergic reactions like rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
A 3D white smile has the power to captivate. That's why Shakira uses Crest 3D White with White Lock technology, removing up to 90% of surface stains and locking out future stains. So your smile always steals the show. Crest 3D White.
You may not be a prepper now, but you will be. Whether the next disaster is man-made or wrought by Mother Nature, you need a plan. WiseFoodStorage.com's emergency gourmet meals are made in the USA, delicious, easy to prepare, just add water, and packaged and proportioned perfectly, eliminating waste and creating a shelf life of up to 25 years. Why face your next emergency on an empty stomach? Request your free sample today at WiseFoodStorage.com.
Homer, did I ever tell you I'm getting too over it?
Sunday. Frustrations mount as the prospectors come up empty.
The area we've been digging is not producing. I'm feeling the pressure.
And Craig gets a little too close for comfort.
Your hair's sticking straight up.
Crazy.
Is it really? What should we do? We out of here?
Prospectors, new episode Sunday night at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 81. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, showers later at night. Low 66. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 77. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash. Mondays at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
All right, I'll tell you what, let's take a minute to just let these numbers sink in for a minute, because these numbers represent wind chills that we're expecting tomorrow morning, 20, 30, even 40 degrees below zero. Now, when it gets this cold, it only takes a matter of minutes for frostbite to set in. Welcome to Weather Center Live. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Alexandra Steele. You know, frostbite, your skin can actually freeze. Any exposed skin with 30 below wind chills in just 10 minutes. So this Arctic air moving through the U.S. isn't just cold, of course. It's dangerously cold. We certainly want you to be prepared. So with wind chills as brutal as this, we're going to show you who really will be impacted and when kind of the crux and the hardest of this will hit.
Now, one of the places is Minneapolis. Take a look now as we look at Minneapolis and Detroit and even D.C. Around the D.C. area, we even have snow on the ground. A couple of inches have already fallen, and we do have wind chill warnings that will start tomorrow morning over parts of the Midwest, the high plains here, and that will last throughout until the next morning. So Detroit, a little snow today and a little warmer than the Twin Cities, but still well below average for this time of year.
All right, so Washington, D.C. is certainly the warmest of the three, but has seen kind of an interesting discrepancy with snow. So let's take it over to Carl Parker right now in the lab. And Carl, just a few miles away, 4 inches on the Capitol, 2.9 at the White House. Hey, you can walk it in just a little bit. That's amazing. Kind of interesting dynamic.
Yeah, you know, these little bands set up, and within these little bands you can get heavier amounts of snow, and the snow ratios have been very, very high indeed, so you don't have to have a big change in the amount of moisture in the atmosphere to get a big change in the amount of snowfall, which overall was pretty low, but it hit right at the worst time, right as the rush hour was beginning. It's a very fine powdery snow. It's easily compactable. It gets icy when the cars wear it down on the roadways, and in some ways it's probably easier to drive on a little more snow than a snowfall like this. So it really tied things up in the D.C. area earlier today. That snow is now winding down, and here's a look at what we have seen in the last 24 hours in terms of snowfall. Anywhere from the Ohio Valley and eastward. Indianapolis getting just 3 inches. Actually was not as high as was forecast. 1.8 in Baltimore, 4 inches downtown D.C. A lot of reports of 2 and 3 inches from around the metro, Montgomery, PG County, Fairfax County, and then farther west, it's been a little bit higher than that up into the mountains. Now, here is the visible satellite picture. Notice that we are beginning to see some clearing there, northern and central parts of Virginia. That's going to be coming in short order. Still some lingering snow showers there right around D.C. and up towards the Mason-Dixon line, north along 83 there and north side of Baltimore. Still some snow showers being reported in a number of spots. In fact, we're getting light snow now being reported just north of Baltimore at Martin Station, and then also Carroll County Airport reporting light snow. Then more light snow across Jersey and Long Island into the tri-state area. That too is going to be winding down slowly. In Philly, we expect snow showers to continue through this afternoon, and then we really begin to clear out later tonight. Very chilly indeed, about 27 or so. So we've got a west and southwest flow across the eastern lakes. That's really going to bring that lake effect snow into western New York right through late tonight, early tomorrow morning. So we're talking about getting several inches to more than a foot there coming off of Lakes Erie and Ontario. Then winds switch around. We get more of a north-northwest flow. So all told, next couple of days, couple of pockets of very heavy snow in the lee of Lakes Erie and Ontario, and then generally about 5 to 8 inches on the west side of Michigan there coming off of Lake Michigan. So pretty healthy snows on the way here for the next couple of days. Ladies, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Carl. Pretty hefty snow. So Winter Storm Gorgon dumped 3 to 5 inches of snow in the greater Washington, D.C. area. And that meant some very messy roads in Maryland and Virginia. So joining us now is Joan Harris with the Virginia's Department of Transportation. Joan, tell us what impact has the snow had on the Virginia road so far?
Hey, my name is Joan Morris, and I'm happy to talk to you.
Thank you, Joan. Morris, all right.
Thank you. Yeah, we've had a very tough morning. It was a pretty bad morning for commuters. We had a prediction of 1 or 2 inches of snow, and we were more than prepared for that. We did some pre-treating yesterday. We had crews out by 3 a.m. They pre-treated all the interstates and gave them plenty of salt. But by 5 or 6 this morning, it was very clear we were going to get a lot more weather than we had anticipated. It looks like it's anywhere from 4 to 6 inches in the northern Virginia area. So as a result, folks had a miserable commute. And we are making up for lost time right now we've got that nice window between the very long morning rush hour and this afternoon's rush hour. We hope conditions will be much better going home for folks.
Yes, we definitely will be here, of course, watching the radar as Winter Storm Gorgon moves through the area. Are your crews still out on the roads? And if so, how long will you keep them out?
Oh, absolutely, they're still out. As I said, they are making up for lost time from this morning's awful commute. And we've got plows out, which we didn't expect to have needed. We are also working in our subdivisions. We're working on the interstates. And, again, we're hoping to get things cleaned up. And then we're going to keep our crews on throughout the night because we're anticipating that refreeze. And we want to make sure the bridges, the ramps, the overpasses are all safe to travel through.
Absolutely. That could be another danger overnight tonight. Thanks very much. That is Joan Morris with the Virginia Department of Transportation, keeping us updated, of course, on road conditions across her state. All right, let's go over to Alexandra. She has more on the wind chill alerts.
Yeah, you know, there's really two stories here, of course. There's the Winter Storm Gorgon bringing that snow, but there's also the coldest air we've seen in a year. 53 million under a wind chill alert of some sort. You can see wind chill warnings, Des Moines, Fargo, Chicago, all of Illinois and Indiana as well. So the coldest air we've seen in a year in place. So here's a look at the temperatures. And, you know, it's not only the daytime temperatures, it's these overnight morning temperatures waking up. Of course, kids going to school. Today we saw a lot of places, and tomorrow probably exponentially more, that they've delayed school or even canceled it because the kids have to be out on the buses and wait for the buses and, of course, outside. So here are the temperatures now. 8, 4, 17, you get the picture. But it's this very strong and cold northwesterly winds. Factoring that in, wind chills right now feeling like 8 below in Chicago, 14, and it's only going to get colder. Tomorrow morning, feeling like 49 below. Can you imagine? Again, with 30 below wind chills, it only takes 10 minutes for any exposed skin to freeze. Forget frostbite, freezing your skin that's exposed. So it's really dangerous. 39 below in Sioux Falls, 29, 33. You can see these numbers really quite extreme. Tomorrow's lows well below average, and of course, factoring in these incredibly cold temperatures and these strong winds. So 50 million under some type of wind chill warning. But Viv, you know, about 5 million in the deep south will have a hard freeze. So it's coming to you, right?
Absolutely, because it's extreme to the north, but it's all relative, you know. Over the south, we don't want this cold either. Dangerous Arctic cold for much of the deep south. Let's give you the numbers, because right now it's not so bad. We're in the low 50s in the Atlanta area. Average highs this time of year in the mid 50s. We're up to 81 degrees right now in Miami. So really, that's why everyone goes down to Florida, of course, this time of year. But we do talk about the cold air coming in. It will be very cold to the north and, of course, brutal and downright dangerous the farther north you go. But even over the south, again, as this air mass pushes south of the Tennessee River and the valley, we're talking about overnight lows dropping below freezing tomorrow morning. But this is the big day, Thursday morning. Please prepare for temperatures dropping into the teens over the south.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 81. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, showers later at night. Low 66. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 77. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Hurry! There's a hot offer for heartburn sufferers. Now try Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com. Hurry! Hurry! It's free this week only. No pill relieves heartburn faster. Get Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com.
Think fixing your windshield is a big hassle? Not with SafeLight. This family needed their windshield replaced, but their daughter's heart was set on going to the zoo. So we said, if you need SafeLight to come to the zoo, we'll come to the zoo. Oh yeah, we can fix that. Only SafeLight can fix your windshield anywhere in the U.S. with our exclusive mobile glass shops and our one-of-a-kind True Seal technology for a reliable bond.
Thanks so much.
Service that fits your schedule. That's another SafeLight advantage.
SafeLight repair, SafeLight replace. Sunday dinners at my house.
You're waiting for my lasagna, aren't you?
It's a full day for me, and I love it. But when I started having back pain, my sister had to come help. I don't like asking for help. I took Tylenol, but I had to take 6 pills to get through the day. Good. So my daughter brought over some Aleve. It's just 2 pills all day. And now,
to family,
I'm back.
Aleve, 2 pills, all day strong, all day long. And now, introducing Aleve PM for a better AM.
You know, some people have told me reverse mortgages sound too good to be true. I mean, you get cash out of your home, no monthly payments, and still own your home. There's got to be a catch, right, Jesse? Well, there isn't. It's like any other mortgage, only with a reverse mortgage, the loan's paid back when the last borrower leaves the home. In fact, reverse mortgages are based on a notion that President Reagan signed into law over 25 years ago in order to help seniors remain in their homes. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you may qualify for a government-insured reverse mortgage with AAG that allows you to turn the equity in your home into tax-free cash. And with AAG, there are never any income or credit score requirements.
Call 1-800-661-2917 now to receive a new free information kit, including reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a brand new family guide for children and loved ones, all absolutely free with no obligation.
AAG can help you pay off credit card debt, eliminate monthly mortgage payments, and provide some real retirement security.
Call 1-800-661-2917 today to get your free AAG reverse mortgage information kit and bonus DVD.
In the kit, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones.
Call 1-800-661-2917 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free.
There's simply an effective way for folks just like you to get the cash you need to enjoy your retirement.
Call 1-800-661-2917 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free. Call 1-800-661-2917 now.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
This is Veronica. Rhonda.
Robert.
She takes care of me. She takes care of me, the kids, the calendar, the dog, the house.
Actually, he takes care of the house.
You could say everything good in my life is possible because of Veronica.
Because of Robert.
She's irreplaceable. She's irreplaceable.
No one like him.
Life insurance? Do we need that?
There are over 32 million irreplaceable wives and husbands in this country without life insurance. Loved ones who could have coverage for less than $1 a day.
We'll make it easy. Call me at United of Omaha and I'll give you a quote in about a minute. A $100,000 policy is as little as $23.20 a month. No medical exam is needed. And you could have coverage in 3 days.
That's it? 3 days? 3 days.
And he's covered?
She's covered? And she's covered.
We pay 87% of life insurance claims within a week.
I'm calling now.
Mutual of Omaha. Insure your possibilities. Call today.
All right, that Arctic blast that's affecting more than 50 million people means dangerously low wind chills. Here's a look at what it feels like outside right now. And as you can see, it's 8 below in Chicago, the current wind chill, 12 below in Green Bay, and 16 below in Minneapolis.
And it's going to get a lot colder than this. Did you know that you shiver so your muscles warm up to produce heat? So you're going to be doing a lot of shivering. And look at tomorrow morning. This is really the dangerous morning, the coldest morning, kind of really the heart of this cold in the Midwest is tomorrow morning.
And that is why we have wind chill alerts in effect encompassing most of this area, so you definitely want to be prepared.
All right, of course, we want to take a look exactly about how wind chill works. And with more, here's Sam Champion with this edition of Brainstorm.
calculate the effect of wind on the human body during cold weather or wind chill looks like this. So to get a less complicated look at the physiological effects of wind chill, we enlisted Josh Garcia from our Brainstorm team to be a guinea pig and step inside our custom lab, an ice truck. To monitor respiratory and heart rates, we've equipped Josh with a high-tech bioharness and an ingestible thermometer that will track his core body temperature.
All right, Josh, this is going to measure your core temperature.
Yes.
It's an internal thermometer. I'm going to have you drink this water.
Right.
Down it goes.
For a baseline test, the truck is chilled to an ambient, windless temperature of 20 degrees. At this rate, frostbite could occur in as little as 30 minutes.
All right, we're about 10 minutes in, and my core body temperature is actually dipped about a half a degree, which may not seem like a lot, but it feels like a lot.
Our infrared thermometer shows Josh's surface temperature is just 41 degrees. And after 20 minutes, Josh's heart rate slowly increases to above 90 beats per minute. Now, to simulate a 20-degree wind chill, we raise the ambient temperature to 31 degrees, but add a 15-mile-per-hour wind.
Josh, how you doing up there?
I've had better days, Nick.
In normal conditions, the human body radiates heat, which forms a layer of warm air that shields the ambient temperature from the skin. But wind blows that away, making your skin more vulnerable to the cold. So although the ambient temperature was more than 10 degrees higher, the wind chill made his core body temperature fall by half a degree, while areas of his skin actually dropped to below 40 degrees. But one major difference from the first test was Josh's heart rate. In an effort to maintain a safe core body temperature in cold weather, glucose stores are processed up to 5 times faster. This increases the body's ability to burn fat and gives the skeletal muscles fuel to shiver, both which generate heat energy. And during the final 90 seconds of this demonstration, this causes Josh's heart rate to spike at 171 beats per minute, or about 90% of his max.
My heart is beating out of my chest. It's close to my max.
This increased heart rate is what effectively keeps Josh safe while enduring the wind.
I'm freezing. I really can't say I've endured temperatures this cold before in my entire life.
And that process of thermal regulation, the body's effort to regulate its temperature, is a lot of work. The wind chill triggered a spike in Josh's heart rate, about 25% higher than a cyclist's during the Tour de France. And you've been Brainstorm. Sam Champion, the Weather Channel.
Those muscles must be keeping his arms warm because he has his sleeves rolled up.
Yes, I know. Only thing he needs is a really, really big coat or dress in layers. That'll help you a lot for sure. Well, still to come here on Weather Center Live, your complete winter weather update.
And of course, we continue to watch the snow with Winter Storm Gorgon, also explaining the atmospheric element that is driving the next blast of the bitter cold.
Chances are you don't think much about the shingles on your roof, but it's important to know if they are Timberline shingles. Because if they crack, split, or tear, you could get money or replacement shingles from a class action settlement. Benefits will be available for the next 7 years and will depend on where your property is located, where the shingles were made, when your shingles were installed, the extent of damage to your roof, and other factors. Go to www.roofsettlement.com or call 1-866-759-6518 for more information.
Check.
Aha. No!
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks. Guaranteed.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 81. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, showers later at night. Low 66. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 77. Here's our 7-day outlook.
My job is so hard on my hands.
The cracks were the worst part.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry hands that crack and split.
There was a difference within just minutes of it absorbing into my skin.
Only O'Keefe's has given me the relief that I need.
Learn more at workinghands.com.
Hello, I'm an Idaho potato farmer, and our big Idaho potato truck is still missing. So my buddy here is going to help me find it. There we go! It's out there somewhere, spreading the word about America's favorite potato, heart-healthy Idaho potatoes, and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women campaign. If you see it, I hope you'll let us know. Always look for the Grown in Idaho seal.
If you've ever thought about losing weight, you're not alone. I've thought, I've tried, I failed so many times. My mom, she said, you'd better lose weight or you're going to end up just like me. That still didn't motivate me until I lost her. I had to do something. I called Nutrisystem and everything changed.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus Kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist or your money back, guaranteed.
I lost the weight, 50 pounds.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of specially selected meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes free, and 1 week of Craving Crusher shakes free.
You're not alone. Millions of people have lost weight on Nutrisystem, and you can too.
When it comes to Medicare, everyone talks about what happens when you turn 65. But really, it's what you do before that counts. See, Medicare doesn't cover everything, only about 80% of Part B medical costs. The rest is on you.
Consider an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare Supplement Insurance plans, it could really save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. So call now and request this free decision guide. Discover how an AARP Medicare Supplement plan could go long for you.
You want to choose your doctors. Avoid networks. What about referrals?
All plans like these let you visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients, with no networks and virtually no referrals needed. So call now, request your free guide, and explore the range of AARP Medicare supplement plans.
65 may get all the attention, but now is a good time to start thinking about how you want things to be.
Go long.
Call now 1-800-300-8335. 1-800-300-8335.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Weather Center Live. You're looking live at the Capitol. 27 degrees in Washington. 4 inches of snow on the ground at the Capitol, Viv. 2.9 just a few miles away at the White House. And also kind of an interesting thing happening in Washington. Of course, the Potomac running through D.C., but also kind of dividing Washington, Maryland from Virginia. And it seems like those states have really handled the snow quite differently. You spoke to a woman from Virginia from VDOT, and they didn't expect the amount of snow. And certainly those Virginia roads seem like they're in a lot worse shape than the Maryland roads.
Yeah, but neither area is definitely a stranger to winter storms. Right. And of course, that's what we've been dealing with. In fact, check out this. This is the Arlington County Police Department. They actually tweeted this picture out yesterday, or today actually. It shows about 5 cars stacked up on the snow-covered streets. Just another reason, Winter Storm Gorgon, we need you to be careful if you're headed out during this winter weather. All right, let's get the latest on this Winter Storm Gorgon.
Yeah, Carl Parker joining us from the lab. Carl knows D.C. so well, and you know, Carl, I-66 in Fairfax County, a jackknife tractor trailer closed the roads westbound this morning, so really pretty scary out there.
Yeah, and you know, it's so interesting because this was really a relatively modest snowstorm. Generally, we got about 2 to 3 inches of snow across the metro. There were spots that got 4, a little bit more in the mountains out to the west, but for the most part, you're talking about a 2 to 4 inch snowstorm across the D.C. metro area. What's interesting is that we had this terrible traffic tie-up all across the region, but Metro Rail, the subway system, was running on time through the entire event, and generally speaking, winter weather doesn't thwart trains. And that's why, in fact, in New York City, they actually double the number of trains that are running during winter weather. So that's something to think about next time there's snow. If the train is an option for you, you may want to take it because generally it's not going to be affected by snow. Here's a look at what we saw so far. 4 inches right downtown at the Capitol building, 2 inches at Reagan National, 0.5 BWI. That shows you the sort of random nature of these totals. But again, generally it was about 2 to 3 across the region, 1.8 in Baltimore. And that snow really winding down. We will see additional snow showers through the afternoon. Then it's going to begin to clear out. In fact, we're seeing some of that right now on the visible satellite pictures. Some sunshine showing up along 81, Charlottesville, and towards Culpeper, Virginia, getting ever closer to D.C. Now 29 degrees and cloudy. We're getting a bit of sun in Salisbury. Still some lingering snow. BWI up into Carroll County, right up 83, Lancaster and Harrisburg, and then Philadelphia and Jersey also seeing some light snow right now. And we are getting lake effect snow, sort of a disjointed band spiraling its way in towards the south towns. We're going to get more of that. This is the model forecast. Got a west-southwesterly wind through the rest of today. So heavier snow there in the south towns, Chautauqua, Cattaraugus, Erie counties, and then also in the Tug Hill Plateau. Then the winds flip around to the north-northwest behind a front, and we'll get more snow driving more towards the south and towards the east. So all told, it's going to be easily as much as a foot of snow there in northwest PA and western New York, and a couple of spots coming off of Lakes Erie and Ontario, and about 5 to 8 in western Michigan, Grand Rapids, Benton Harbor, and then down towards northern Indiana. Now, later this week, obviously we've been talking about the cold weather. That big block of cold drives all the way down into the south. Now, the models have been back and forth about the idea of something developing farther to the south. We don't know exactly what it's going to be, what the strength of it's going to be, what the timing is going to be. There have been really significant model differences. We're showing you the European model. This is the latest run of the very solid European model. Notice the cold air. Here is the freezing line right there. That's the surface freezing line. And what this model is showing is some moisture overriding that freezing air right in here. And that would indicate the possibility of some frozen or freezing precipitation. That means potentially some freezing rain, perhaps for the plains, mid-south. And then going into Monday here's the European model showing you again possibly some winter weather for the Ohio Valley or the Appalachians, maybe even here into the Carolinas and also into Georgia. But it's very early, and again, there are significant model differences, so it is not a high confidence forecast. But what we do know is that it's going to be really, really cold for a lot of the country for a long time to come. Back to you, ladies.
And what everyone else should know is that the Weather Channel is the #1 place to get the latest information. Still to come here on Weather Center Live. Across the nation, more than 50 million people will be shivering from 40 below wind chill factors.
All right, and we take a live look at the cold across the country.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 81. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, showers later at night. Low 66. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 77. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Midwest to the Mid-Atlantic, Winter Storm Gorgon has snarled traffic on highways and interstates, right now tracking the snow as it pushes east.
All the while, anywhere from Minnesota to the Gulf Coast, some of the coldest weather of the season is coming. More than 2/3 of the country will feel below freezing temperatures by week's end. Hello, and thank you so much for joining us on the Weather Channel. For Weather Center Live, I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Alexandra Steele. Well, more than 240 million of us impacted by this latest Arctic air. Lows tomorrow in the Midwest below zero. Wind chill 20 to 30, even 40 below. Brutal.
Believe that or not. Now, we have the region-by-region forecast coming up, but we begin with Winter Storm Gorgon. I'll tell you what, to put it simple, it has been a very messy morning so far. Hundreds of plows couldn't keep up with the snow falling today in D.C. Here is a live look at the Capitol on the left. The road conditions in Virginia on the right. Things have improved a little bit over the past few hours. Now, we've been telling you that the winter storm Gordon is a fast-moving system.
Yeah, this is why storm specialist Carl Parker is here tracking it for us in the lab. All right, Carl, pretty quick mover, a little bit overachiever, a lot of interesting elements to it.
Yeah, you know, and it's interesting that the temperatures have been pretty cold because it's a lot harder to get that snow off the roads when the temperatures are cold, and that's part of what happened this morning. Obviously, the timing was not good at all. It hit right as rush hour was beginning there in D.C., which is never a picnic, but certainly not when you've got snow coming down. That snow really winding down now, and we've got to look at what happened in the last 12 to 18 hours. Modest snowstorm for the most part, but we did get 5.5 inches in Wilmington, 5 inches in Parkersburg, about 4 there in downtown D.C., much of the metro getting 2 to 3, and 1.8 in Baltimore. And now we are beginning to see things clear out. There's a look at the last 3 hours of the radar loop, and clearly there's not as much coverage on the radar. We are still getting some light snow now in Baltimore and on north up to Towson, right up 83 into York and York County, towards Harrisburg, Lancaster County. Little bit there in the northwest side of the metro area, Gaithersburg, still getting some light snow. Not as much in southern Maryland. And we're also now seeing light snow into much of Jersey, down the Atlantic City Expressway, up through the middle part of the Garden State there, and right into the tri-state area, and then also across Long Island. Lighter snow continues. Probably will for a while yet. There's the forecast in Philly, looking for snow showers right through the afternoon, even into the afternoon commute. So make sure and take your time on the Schuylkill, and then later today we expect things will begin to clear out. So as you mentioned, very fast-moving storm. Here it is right there. This is a 12-hour loop, and it moved really quickly. Started out there and moved all the way over to the northeast with a very fast flow aloft. And in the wake of that, we've got some stronger winds coming across the lakes, and what these winds are doing is bringing down cold air. That cold air coming across the relatively warm lake water, so that increases the instability because the water is warming the air that's right near the surface. So you've got a change in temperature from the lake surface and on upward. That makes air want to rise. That's instability, and then you're adding moisture to the air as well, and that creates these lake effect snow bands, which are going to be, we think, prolific into western New York State in particular, Chautauqua, Cattaraugus counties, Erie County. That's where we're talking about a lot of snow. It's going to be about 5 to 8 in western Michigan, Grand Rapids, Benton Harbor, and then our bands are going to switch around to the northwest after a second shot of cold air comes through. All told, talking about more than a foot of snow, Erie, Pennsylvania, and then up into the Tug Hill Plateau as well, near Watertown and north of Syracuse and right along Interstate 81. Ladies, back to you.
All right, thanks very much, Carl. You know, when we talk about the cold, there's one thing. There's cold, there's polar cold, and then there's Arctic cold, and that's what we're looking at. A shot of it over the middle of the country, right on into the eastern seaboard, and eventually parts of the deep south as we work our way from the middle part of the week to the latter part of the week. So here we go, the Arctic cold shots. Temperatures will be running a good 20 to 30 degrees below average starting tomorrow. And then on Thursday, this is really going to be a cold day for many areas that just don't like the cold. Well, I don't think anyone really likes the cold, but down here in Florida, you know this is going to be something to deal with. So we'll keep you updated. Alex?
I think we're going to be looking at school late delays in the southeast on Thursday morning. Well, for more on that Arctic cold coming from the Arctic Circle, we turn it over to meteorologist Mike Seidel in Columbus, Ohio, and NBC's Dylan Dreyer in Central Square, New York.
This is meteorologist Mike Seidel at the State House here in Columbus, Ohio. So far, we've had 3 to 4 inches of snow. It is winding down, and it's relatively mild at 15 degrees. Schools have shut down this morning because of the snow, and the roads are in pretty good shape. They plowed these through the morning hours. Just a little bit of dirty slush out here. But what's ahead is the dangerous cold. Temperatures tonight will fall down to about 4 tomorrow morning. Wind chills tomorrow morning at about 15 below zero, if not colder. That wind's going to be gusting from the northwest at 15 to 25 miles an hour. And then by Thursday morning, the first sub-zero morning of the season here in Columbus, down to 5 below zero. And wind chills, dangerous levels, as cold as 25 below zero. Dylan?
Here in Central Square, New York, just north of Syracuse, we have about 8 to 12 inches of snow on the ground. Most of it fell right when we got here yesterday in near whiteout conditions. Now the heaviest of the lake effect snow has taken a break as that Clipper system moves to our south and exits off the east coast. We will see it fire up again, though, as we go into tonight and tomorrow, even lasting through Friday morning. We could see an additional 1 to 2 feet of snow in some of the heavier bands, and then top that out with the cold and the wind chills well down below freezing. It's going to be pretty brutal around here. Dylan Dreyer, NBC News.
All right, talk about the cold and the snow. You know, the Mid-Atlantic, not the only region dealing with nasty travel conditions today.
Of course not. We've taken you there live all day. The Midwest, especially Chicago, feeling the effects, of course, this winter storm. Tomorrow, feeling something else, some dramatically colder temperatures, Arctic blast coming, and that will mean record low temperatures coming as well.
Stay still, like a statue. Just like a statue. Look at this, where'd it go? Look here. All right.
When your day goes on and on, you need 48-hour odor protection that goes on clear for no white marks. Secret Outlast Clear Gel.
Discover Card, how can I help you?
Oh,
You're real?
you know I'm real. At Discover, we're always here to talk.
Good.
Because I don't have time for machines. Some companies just don't appreciate the power of conversation. You know I like you. I like you too.
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Get the IT Card and talk to a real person.
Heartburn.
Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
Don't wait for awesome. Totino's Pizza Rolls get you there in just 60 seconds. Go bold with flavors that kick.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
There was a time when the sea gave way to the sky, raising an amazing city into a destination like no other. Atlantis.
This winter, you've got to watch the Weather Channel mornings.
It's going to have wide-ranging impacts.
Winter storms are too important to cover in just a few minutes.
It's going to be brutal for a lot of people.
Because it's not just about your forecast.
That's why those temperatures stay cold.
Look at this!
Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 81. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, showers later at night. Low 66. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 77. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Weather Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash. Mondays at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
Sir, we're going to need you on the runway.
Theraflu starts to get to work in your body in just 5 minutes. Theraflu breaks you free from your worst cold and flu symptoms. Theraflu, serious power.
This New Year's, experience eHarmony for free during special extended days. It's the first step in finding that perfect person for you. Connect for free this Monday through Wednesday only.
Why do you want to do your taxes now with Jackson Hewitt? Because you need a free $50 Walmart e-gift card so you can share the joy of getting your taxes done. Now get a free $50 Walmart e-gift card when you do your taxes with Jackson Hewitt at Walmart.
Once upon a time, there was a nice house that lived with a family. One day, it started to rain. The house tried to keep out all the water, but water got inside and ruined everybody's everythings. The house thought she let the family down. They just didn't think it could happen. They told the house they would take better care of her. Always.
Protect what matters. Get flood insurance.
Well, to Chicago we go on the heels of 2 to 4 inches of snow. Now dangerously cold air rushing into Chicago. Tomorrow's high temperatures not climbing above 0. How about 10 below? Straight air temperature in the morning. Wind chills maybe 40 below 0.
And that is some dangerous stuff. That means that frostbite, of course, could set in a matter of minutes.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, with 30 below wind chill, your exposed skin can freeze. I mean, in 10 minutes. So really scary. I'm sure we'll see some delays at the airports, and also, of course, I bet schools will delay or cancel, similar to what we saw in places today in the Midwest. But tomorrow, really the coldest of the air, right, Viv?
Oh, the coldest of the air. We're talking about wind chills, some 40 degrees below 0, as you mentioned. Really, really some tough stuff. Now, we got a taste of that Arctic chill this morning with single-digit temperatures and wind chills that dipped 30 below 0 in parts of Chicago.
Yep, all right. But today, the coldest there, but braving that wind chill, our own Mike Bettis.
Is an Arctic chill that just slices right through you with the wind that comes off the lake here, Lake Michigan in Chicago. Bone-chilling wind chills. We're talking double digits below 0, and it's just the beginning. Everyone bundled up against these conditions. So many people walk here in Chicago, and it's that wind that just funnels through these tall skyscrapers down here and accelerates that wind and makes it oh so cold. Not to mention the quick blast of snow that we ended up getting here in Chicago overnight that made travel a little bit treacherous, but no worse for wear as the plows were out there, more than 300 of them keeping the streets clear and salting and putting down all the ice melt out there. So good news there is that a lot of the roadways are in pretty good shape, but now we talk about how cold it gets here with wind chill warnings that go in effect overnight tonight that last through the middle of the day on Thursday for wind chills that could rival 35 degrees below 0 or colder. That meaning wind chill and frostbite setting in just a matter of 10 minutes or less. For that reason, the city opening its facilities to be warming centers from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. and 21 different senior centers opening to be warming centers as well. Best advice, stay inside if you can, and if you're using a space heater, the fire department here in Chicago recommends that those fire hazards be mitigated by keeping your heater at least 3 feet away from curtains and drapes. That's the very latest here from a very frigid and about to get even more frigid Chicago. I'm meteorologist Mike Bettis. Back to you.
Yes, and the best piece of advice definitely is to stay in as much as you can. This big Arctic cold shot for the Midwest. Again, not only Chicago, but Minneapolis, Indianapolis, over to Cleveland and Detroit. Look at the temperatures right now. Single digits and teens all across the board here. But when you factor in the winds, at least the temperatures are above 0. But you factor in the winds, it's below 0. That's what it feels like right now in Chicago and Green Bay and Minneapolis. It feels like just pretty much the big goose egg in the Cleveland area. 0 degrees is what it feels like stepping outside in Cleveland. But that's nothing, if you could believe that, compared to what we'll be experiencing tomorrow, as wind chills will be some 20 to 30 and 40, almost 50 degrees below. Is this even possible? 49 degrees below zero when you factor in the winds. I mean, this is brutal. This is dangerous. You don't want to be out because literally your skin can freeze because your skin has moisture in it, and that little bit of moisture that's in the pores of your skin can literally freeze being exposed to the cold air like this. So wind chill alerts have been issued from central Indiana to Illinois, including Chicago and Indianapolis, Green Bay, Minneapolis, Milwaukee, and even back to Des Moines, much of the Dakotas. So please, please, please make sure that you stay indoors if you can. If you have to get out and about, just dress in layers. Put on as many layers as possible and don't expose any skin. Alexandra, back to you.
All right, good advice, Viv. Thanks. Well, all that cold is moving into the Northeast, so just how cold will it get there? That is coming up. Also, an in-depth examination into one of the most destructive natural forces on the planet, avalanches. They've certainly been in the news, and we've got the details coming up right after the break.
Hurry! There's a hot offer for heartburn sufferers. Now try Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com. Hurry! It's free this week only. No pill relieves heartburn faster. Get Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com.
Enjoy more enthusiasm at mealtime with more varieties of favorite food brands at PetSmart. Right now, save big on a wide selection of products from Pedigree, Iams, Caesar, Sheba, and Dentastix. PetSmart.
How would you like to lose 5 pounds your first week plus an inch off your waist?
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus Kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week plus 1 inch off your waist or your money back guaranteed.
I lost 79 pounds on Nutrisystem.
I'm Lori, and I lost 40 pounds on Nutrisystem.
I'm Marie, and I lost 50 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Millions of people have lost weight on Nutrisystem, and now you can too. Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of specially selected meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes free, and 1 week of Craving Crusher shakes free.
I'm Dan Marino, and I lost 22 pounds.
I have a lot more energy now to the point where some people are like, hey, you need to slow down. And I tell them, hey, you need to catch up.
Today is the day. Grab a phone and call now.
Call now, 877-307-SIZE, and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
So as my personal financial psychic, I'm sure you know what this meeting is about.
Yes, a raise.
I'm letting you go.
I knew that.
You see, this is my Amerivest managed...
Balances.
No, portfolio. And if it doesn't perform well for 2 consecutive...
Gold.
Quarters,
yeah.
Then Amerivest gives me back their advisory...
Stocks.
Fees for those quarters.
Yeah.
So I'm confident I'm in good hands.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
Gear up for a new season of the most controversial show on TV. This is football.
I'm only in my 60s. I've got a nice long life ahead, big plans. So when I found out Medicare doesn't pay all my medical expenses, I got a Medicare supplement insurance plan.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you may know it only covers about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. Call now and find out about an AARP Medicare supplement insurance plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, it could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call now to request your free decision guide.
I've been with my doctor for 12 years. Now I know I'll be able to stick with them.
You'll be able to visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. Plus, there are no networks and virtually no referrals needed. See why millions of people have already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP. Don't wait. Call now.
314-8013. The wildest weather ever caught on camera.
Oh my God!
Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight, wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 81. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, showers later at night. Low 66. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 77. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It is 20 past the hour. Welcome back to Weather Center Live. We take you to New York. We're looking at Times Square, but from Soho to NoHo to the east end of Long Island, the snow is coming in, expecting about an inch. Now you're going to see the temperatures. That's really what will be so brutal. It is 20 degrees and you are shivering, and you've got even colder air coming. So, hi everyone, and welcome back. We're glad you're with us. About 240 million of you will be impacted by the cold in one way or the other. Really the meat of the cold, the coldest of the cold in the Midwest today, the Northeast tomorrow. So here's a look at where it stands. Much colder air. This isn't polar air. This is Arctic air coming from the Arctic Circle, taking that incredibly cold air, dropping it south into the country, and then, of course, moving it eastward. And that jet stream, if it was higher north, it would kind of keep it up there, keep it at bay. But it drove that jet stream down. Jet stream is down, allowing for all that cold air to be there. So today, temperatures 10 to 20 degrees below average. Tomorrow gets even colder. We're going to see temperatures even colder, especially Thursday morning in the Northeast. So tomorrow, 18 in Burlington, 16 in Syracuse, in New York, and Boston. Again, then the snow will be gone. The snow's a quick hitter. We're going to see it today. It will be gone about an inch or two, but then we're going to push it north and eastward. So in New York, in terms of the cold, the coldest will be Thursday morning. So we'll have to see what happens there with schools and delays. Again, everyone, of course, all these kids out in the buses, and even today we saw some delays and even cancellations because of that incredibly cold Arctic air in the upper Midwest. Thursday morning, here's what the temperatures will be. In New York, 8. In Boston, feeling like 1 below. In Washington, D.C. as well. So even with the snow and the cold today in Washington, D.C., 2 to 4 inches of snow. And of course, we've seen an awful lot of snow in the west as well. So Vivian, you know, the snow we're seeing here in the Northeast just pales in comparison to the danger of the snow we've seen in the west.
You talk about quite a bit of snow, and even the mountains, of course, can lead to avalanches. And actually, an avalanche needs very little to set it off. A mass of snow, a steep slope, and just a nudge can trigger one of the most potentially deadly natural forces on Earth. Our own Sam Champion takes a look at the incredible power of avalanches in this edition of Brainstorm.
Typically, avalanche conditions occur when temperatures alternate between warm and cold. Existing snow on a mountain then melts and refreezes, forming layers of snow and ice. And when a storm deposits new snow on those slopes, the added weight can cause slabs to slide off the icy layers and head downhill, some almost 2 million cubic feet large. As the snow gains speed, the size of the sliding mass can grow to over 7 million cubic feet, about as big as an aircraft carrier, and can flatten anything in its path up to 2 miles long. As it does so, it kicks up a cloud of snow powder that can reach heights of up to 300 feet, or as tall as a 30-story building. The avalanche can be especially powerful on a slope with a 35 to 40 degree angle. That's the sweet spot, where the biggest amount of snow collects at the most unstable angle. From there, the sliding snow can reach speeds of over 80 miles an hour in 5 seconds. That's faster than a Ferrari Enzo can accelerate. But it's the combination of mass and acceleration that creates an avalanche's most impressive impact, reaching up to 20,000 pounds per square foot. That much force is equivalent to getting hit simultaneously by about 20 cars, moving at 80 miles an hour. So an avalanche is almost impossible to outrun. With average snowboarder and skier speeds of 24 and 27 miles per hour respectively, an avalanche can make up your 100-yard head start in less than 5 seconds.
That's some stuff.
It's a wall of snow going at 80 miles per hour. And if you are a backcountry skier, they say, if you don't know, don't go. If you're unfamiliar with the territory. If you don't know, don't go.
Good advice for sure. Well, stay with us. Still to come here on Weather Center Live, we are tracking Winter Storm Gorgon. There's the last little vestiges of it moving through the mid-Atlantic toward New York City. We'll keep you updated.
Hey, guess what day it is? Hump day! Hump day! It's hump day!
Hey, Mike! Mike!
Guess what day it is? Hey, Camel, guess what day it is?
It's not even Wednesday.
Let it go, Phil. If you're a camel, you put up with this all the time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Okay.
If you're driving and you can't see clearly for 1 second at 60 miles per hour, you can't see clearly for 88 feet. And a lot can happen in 88 feet. That's why Bosch created the new Icon with ClearMax 365. It's a rubber technology for longer lasting performance, not found on any other wiper blade. Because like you, Bosch cares about what's ahead.
I have a cold with terrible chest congestion. Better take something.
Theraflu Severe Cold doesn't treat chest congestion.
Really?
New Alka-Seltzer Plus Day Powder rushes relief to your worst cold symptoms plus chest congestion.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Here we go!
What makes it an SUV is what you can get into it. What makes it an NX is what you can get out of it. Introducing the first ever Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid. Once you go beyond utility, there's no going back.
Your mom's got your back. Your friends have your back. Your dog's definitely got your back. But who's got your back when you need legal help? We do. We're LegalZoom. And over the last 10 years, we've helped millions of people protect their families and run their businesses. We have the right people on hand to answer your questions, backed by a trusted network of attorneys. So visit us today for legal help you can count on. LegalZoom. Legal help is here.
Did you know? Fresh Step Extreme Lightweight Litter isn't just light, it's also the best lightweight for eliminating odors. Amazing, right? For superior odor elimination, try Fresh Step Extreme. Lightweight.
Hi, this is Connor. Sorry I missed you. I'm either away from my desk or on another call. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you just as soon as I'm available. Thank you for your patience at this busy time.
Join us for stargazing with Discovery at Sea. Enjoy cruises from $4.99 during our 50th anniversary sale. Call your travel consultant or 1-800-PRINCESS. Princess Cruises. Come back new.
This winter, you've got to watch the Weather Channel mornings.
It's going to have wide-ranging impacts.
Winter storms are too important to cover in just a few minutes.
It's going to be brutal for a lot of people.
Because it's not just about your forecast.
That's why those temperatures stay cold.
Look at this!
Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 81. Winds east-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, showers later at night. Low 66. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 77. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Channel unearths the investigations, the mysteries.
Nobody was flying the plane.
Why planes crash. Mondays at 9, here on the Weather Channel.
Look at these numbers, will you? Let's take a minute to just let these numbers sink in. Now, these numbers actually represent the wind chill values that we're expecting tomorrow morning. 20, 30, 40, almost 50 degrees below zero there in northern Minnesota. Now, we need to remind you that this means that your skin can actually freeze in a matter of minutes if it's exposed to this type of cold.
That's right. 10 minutes if it's 30 below. And so wind chill, unbelievable. All right, hi everyone, welcome back.
Welcome to Weather Center Live, of course, on the Weather Channel. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Alexandra Steele. You know, there's another number that's interesting. The fire department saying 3 feet. It's so cold. This Arctic air is everywhere. 240 million of us. 3 feet away. Of course, probably people have space heaters.
Yeah.
Because to have that near and have it 3 feet away from any fabric or your drapes, even like your blanket, I'd imagine, or your sheets, because you'd have it so close to your bed.
And that's the first thing people want to do is bring in their space heaters to just try and stay as warm as they can with this type of dangerous cold, but it needs to be a good distance away for your safety. Now, Minneapolis, we talk about you too. It won't get out of the single digits today even, and tomorrow morning there is a wind chill warning in effect at 5 o'clock. In fact, Detroit, you're a little bit of snow we had today, and a little warmer than what we're finding right now in the Twin Cities, but well below average even for you in the Motor City for this time of year.
And Washington, D.C., to 2 of you we go. The warmest of the 3. Temperatures in the 28. That's the warmest. But the winter storm certainly hitting hard this morning, anywhere between 2 and 4 inches. Just a few miles. If you've been to D.C., you certainly know how close the Capitol is from the White House. Capitol 4 inches, and the White House having 2.9 inches of snow. So that's a big snow for them and major issues on the roads there.
Yeah, and it's kind of ironic because even though D.C. was the warmest of the 3, had the most snow. So, yeah, go figure. Well, for the latest on Winter Storm Gorgon, because it's responsible for all of this cold and the snow, let's send it over to Winter Storm Specialist Carl Parker.
Hey, Viv, it's beginning to wind down right now. We're starting to see some sunshine coming out in western Virginia, right along the 81 corridor, and we'll begin with the visible satellite picture and show you those clearing skies out along 66. And also, notice the mountain wave clouds here, right in there. That happens when you've got a windy day and a more stable atmosphere, so you get a sort of up and down motion going, and right along the crest of that up and down motion, that's where you get little clouds developing, and you can see that very clearly right in there. Beautiful shot. And here's a look at the radar picture, and certainly we're getting some lingering snow, but the worst of it is long gone. A lot of snow still coming in with an upslope flow into West Virginia and right into Snowshoe Mountain Resort. That's one of the upsides of all this, and there's a look at a webcam view of Snowshoe. This was taken not all that long ago. They've gotten a couple of inches of snow out of this system, and so about 44 inches on the year. Right now it is 14 degrees at Snowshoe, and we've got a wind of about 10 miles per hour out of the southwest, and look at those big fat flakes right there. So again, that's the upside to all this snow. If you like to get up there in the mountains, this would be a great time to do that there in Snowshoe, and a number of resorts there in the Appalachians and also in the Northeast. All right, let's see what else is going on, and we'll take you into Baltimore and D.C. Again, some lingering snow showers now. We're still getting some light snow being reported in Baltimore and to the north, Carroll County, and up 83 there into York County, right across the north end of the bay from the Bay Bridge and on northward, and then some lighter snow also around the Atlantic City Expressway into Trenton, tri-state area, and then out across the LIE as well. Most of this is very light in nature, so lingering snow showers in Philly through the rest of the afternoon, and then that clearing really begins to take over, and of course it continues to be very cold. So a fast-moving system seen in the vapor picture right in there. In the wake of that, we've got strong west-southwest winds coming right up into western New York in those usual lake-favored zones there in Cattaraugus, Chautauqua counties. That's going to be an issue for the next day or so, and then we're going to see a northwesterly wind take over and more lake effect snow. So all told, it's going to be quite a bit. Northwestern PA, northeast parts of Ohio, Ashtabula, Geauga, Lake counties looking at several inches, maybe as much as a foot of snow. Same story also. Tug Hill Plateau right around Watertown. Very healthy lake effect snow event on the way for the next few days. Ladies, back to you.
All right. Thanks very much, Carl. Well, Winter Storm Gorgon spread 3 to 5 inches of snow in the greater Washington, D.C. area, and that meant travel headaches, especially in Maryland. So joining us now is Kelly Boulware with the state's Department of Transportation. Kelly, thanks for joining us. Now, how many collisions and road closures have you had reports of so far?
Hi, good afternoon. Actually, the Maryland State Highway Administration, we've been actively responding to today's storm, and as you mentioned, we did have a somewhat complicated rush hour this morning. We, of course, had the forecast about the significant snowfall that was expected, but we did get a little bit more than was forecasted. So that combined along with the fact that we had, some travelers out there during rush hour, and then our trucks were also stuck in the backup. So it did prevent, some challenges, but now here we are at midday. We made some significant progress.
Oh, significant progress, and it looks as though the system is slowly moving away. But you had to close the stretch of Interstate 66 for a time because of one collision. Has it reopened?
We do have several locations that we've had locations where we had a couple of spin-outs, basically primarily single vehicle incidents. But again, we're continuing to respond to that. We're salting where we need to and plowing where we have to. But again, we'll be focusing primarily on addressing refreeze because again, as they mentioned, temperatures have not risen above 32, and of course we're all concerned about that going into tonight and actually the next few days.
Well, Kelly, I have one last question. We only have about 30 seconds, but just across the Potomac in Virginia, there were not as many problems. Why do you think that was the case?
Well, what's interesting about this storm from what we've seen is that while it had a regional impact, it really kind of determined exactly where the snow fell. Like I know in some parts of Maryland, we got significant snowfall. Other parts we may have had just a tracing of sleet on the eastern shore. So it always tends to vary in this region. So again, we have a statewide response, but again, we have to treat each area a little bit differently.
All right. Well, thanks very much. That's Kelly Boulware with the Maryland Department of Transportation, of course, talking about Winter Storm Gorgon and its impacts on the roadways in the area. Okay, let's talk more about the wind chill. And here's Alexandra with that.
All right, how about 53 million of us under wind chill alerts of one way or another? And frostbite with these type of winds, if the temperature's 0, you can get it in 30 minutes. So we're going to have temperatures well below that and wind chill values well below that to 30 below. So here in the Midwest, the coldest of the air will be tomorrow. And then it's the Northeast and the South on Thursday. So here's the 50 million with wind chill alerts of one way or another, meaning wind chill advisories, wind chill warnings, whatever you know, it means it's perilous. It's incredibly cold and dangerously cold. So the temperatures now in the single digits. They're going to go colder than that, though. And here's the wind chill currently. 6 below in Des Moines, 14, so still above 0 here. But north of Chicago right now, temperatures at 9 below. But tomorrow morning, look at this. These are the wind chills tomorrow morning. And we talked about skin freezing. And Viv made a great point because it freezes because all the moisture in your skin, of course, right? So in just minutes, any exposed skin can freeze with temperatures, wind chill values 30 to 40 below. And look how incredibly cold. So obviously, if you live in this part of the world, we're going to certainly see school delays, school cancellations, certainly late delays, although even a couple hours with temperatures this cold, I really don't think it'll make much of a difference. Here in Chicago, again, the cold this morning, we're going to see temperatures 6 below, 13 below. Thursday morning again in Chicago, Minneapolis, in the Midwest, that'll be your coldest day. Kansas City as well, 2 below. So Viv, wow, we're talking the coldest air in a year, not even polar air. We're talking from the Arctic Circle air.
Absolutely, the coldest of the cold. Well, still to come here on Weather Center Live, we've shown you the temperatures. Up next, a closer look at the wind chills. International Falls, Minnesota could hit an eye-popping, feels like temperature of 48 below. Wow.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, cloudy with a few showers. High 82. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, showers later at night. Low 66. Chance of rain 40%. Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 77. Here's our 7-day outlook.
No pictures of trucks pulling boats. No photos of men working on ranches. Just a Ram 1500 Eco Diesel that gets 156 more miles per tank than the Ford F-150 EcoBoost. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com.
If your car's side glass gets broken, trust Safelite. Safelite has more glass in stock than anyone, and we'll get you back on your way fast.
Thank you so much. Good as new.
That's another Safelite advantage.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
Discover Card. Hey, I heard you guys can help me with fraud protection. Yeah, we help with fraud protection. We monitor every purchase every day and alert you if anything looks unusual. Wow. You're really looking out for us. We are. And if there are unauthorized purchases on your Discover Card, you're never held responsible. Just to be clear, you are saying frog protection, right? Yeah, fraud protection. Frog protection. Fraud protection. Frog. Fraud. Frog. Fraud. I think we're on the same page. We're totally on the same page.
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Fraud protection. Get it at discover.com.
When John Huntsman was diagnosed with cancer, he didn't just vow to beat it.
I vowed to eradicate it from the earth.
So he founded Huntsman Cancer Institute. Everything about it would be different. It would feel different, look different.
And fight cancer in new and different ways.
With the largest genetic database on Earth that combines 300 years of family histories with health records to treat, predict, and in many cases, prevent cancer.
We made it welcoming and warm, with a focus on beauty, serenity, and getting on with life.
Huntsman Cancer Institute is the only cancer hospital in the world designed by a patient with the vital understanding that cancer moves fast.
And we have to move faster.
To learn more or support the cause, go to huntsmancancer.org.
You know, some people have told me reverse mortgages sound too good to be true. I mean, you get cash out of your home, no monthly payments, and still own your home. There's got to be a catch, right, Jesse? Well, there isn't. It's like any other mortgage, only with a reverse mortgage, the loan's paid back when the last borrower leaves the home. In fact, reverse mortgages are based on a notion that President Reagan signed into law over 25 years ago in order to help seniors remain in their homes. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you may qualify for a government-insured reverse mortgage with AAG that allows you to turn the equity in your home into tax-free cash. And with AAG, there are never any income or credit score requirements.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive a new free information kit, including a reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a brand new family guide for children and loved ones, all absolutely free with no obligation.
AAG can help you pay off credit card debt, eliminate monthly mortgage payments, and provide some real retirement security.
Call 1-800-661-0312 today to get your free AAG reverse mortgage information kit and bonus DVD.
In the kits, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free.
There's simply an effective way for folks just like you to get the cash you need to enjoy your retirement.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free. Call 1-800-661-0312 now.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Weather Center Live. 50 million of you dealing with dangerously cold wind chills in this part of the country.
Oh, and talk about this part of the country, anywhere from Minneapolis to Chicago and Green Bay. This is a look at the current wind chills.
Right.
And again, it's below zero for many areas, Alexandra.
Yeah, but it's only going to get colder. Actually, the heart of this cold, the coldest of the cold in the Midwest is tomorrow. And then we're not even showing the southeast because that cold air is coming to you on Thursday, and we'll talk about that coming up.
Yes, but the core more of the coldest tomorrow morning will be right here. Look at this, 49 degrees below zero at International Falls. Do you know what that feels like?
No, but I bet I know someone who does. All right, we want to show you and take a look how it actually feels and how it actually looks.
Okay, our own Sam Champion has all the details in this edition of Brainstorm.
The equation used to calculate the effect of wind on the human body during cold weather or wind chill looks like this. So to get a less complicated look at the physiological effects of wind chill, we enlisted Josh Garcia from our Brainstorm team to be a guinea pig and step inside our custom lab, an ice truck. To monitor respiratory and heart rates, we've equipped Josh with a high-tech bioharness and an ingestible thermometer that will track his core body temperature.
All right, Josh, this is going to measure your core temperature. Yes. It's an internal thermometer. I'm going to have you drink this water. Right. Down it goes.
For a baseline test, the truck is chilled to an ambient, windless temperature of 20 degrees. At this rate, frostbite could occur in as little as 30 minutes.
All right, we're about 10 minutes in, and my core body temperature is actually dipped about a half a degree, which may not seem like a lot, but it feels like a lot.
Our infrared thermometer shows Josh's surface temperature is just 41 degrees. And after 20 minutes, Josh's heart rate slowly increases to above 90 beats per minute. Now, to simulate a 20-degree wind chill, we raise the ambient temperature to 31 degrees, but add a 15-mile-per-hour wind.
Josh, how you doing up there?
I've had better days, Nick.
In normal conditions, the human body radiates heat, which forms a layer of warm air that shields the ambient temperature from the skin. But wind blows that away, making your skin more vulnerable to the cold. So although the ambient temperature was more than 10 degrees higher, the wind chill made his core body temperature fall by half a degree, while areas of his skin actually dropped to below 40 degrees. But one major difference from the first test was Josh's heart rate. In an effort to maintain a safe core body temperature in cold weather, glucose stores are processed up to 5 times faster. This increases the body's ability to burn fat and gives the skeletal muscles fuel to shiver, both which generate heat energy. And during the final 90 seconds of this demonstration, this causes Josh's heart rate to spike at 171 beats per minute, or about 90% of his max.
My heart is beating out of my chest. It's close to my max.
This increased heart rate is what effectively keeps Josh safe while enduring the wind.
I'm freezing. I really can't say I've endured temperatures this cold before in my entire life.
And that process of thermoregulation, the body's effort to regulate its temperature, is a lot of work. The wind chill triggered a spike in Josh's heart rate, about 25% higher than a cyclist's during the Tour de France. And you've been Brainstorm. Sam Champion, The Weather Channel.
And we've been Brainstorms, but I tell you what, all you have to do is make sure that you dress in layers if you have to go out in that type of cold.
That's right. Here's a look at Washington, D.C. You can see beautiful 4 inches of snow on the ground in some areas.
Shopping online is as easy as it gets. Wouldn't it be great if hiring plumbers, carpenters, and even piano tuners were just as simple? Thanks to Angie's List, now it is. Start shopping online from a list of top-rated providers.
Visit Angie'sList.com today.
You know, there's a more enjoyable way to get your fiber. Try Phillips Fiber Good Gummies. They're delicious and a good source of fiber to help support regularity.
These are good.
The tasty side of fiber from Phillips.
There was a time when the sea gave way to the sky, raising an amazing destination like no other. Atlantis. Discover amazing savings this winter. Stay 4 nights and receive a $250 airfare credit. Atlantis.
Everyone sees the same sky. But when we look up, we see something amazing.
This winter, you've got to watch the Weather Channel mornings.
It's going to have wide-ranging impacts.
Winter storms are too important to cover in just a few minutes.
It's going to be brutal for a lot of people.
Because it's not just about your forecast.
That's why those temperatures stay cold.
Look at this! Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, cloudy with a few showers. High 82. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, showers later at night. Low 66. Chance of rain 40%. Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 77. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Stop by your neighborhood Ace and we'll help you get organized. 18-gallon totes, $3.99 after $1 instant savings.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Saving and smiling. That's how I start the year. With tons of stuff on rollback, clearance, and more at Walmart. And that really puts a smile on my face.
Thousands of items on rollback and clearance, in-store and online.
This New Year's, experience eHarmony for free during special extended days. It's the first step in finding that perfect person for you. Connect for free this Monday through Wednesday only.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Testosterone therapy, low T therapy, has been linked to heart attack, stroke, blood clot, or death. If you have used testosterone therapy gels, sprays, patches, or pellet implants and were injured, you may be entitled to a cash award. If you're a male, use prescription testosterone therapy and have suffered a heart attack, stroke, blood clot, or death, call now. You may be entitled to a...
I'm only in my 60s. I've got a nice long life ahead, big plans. So when I found out Medicare doesn't pay all my medical expenses, I got a Medicare supplement insurance plan.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you may know it only covers about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. Call now and find out about an AARP Medicare supplement insurance plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, it could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call now to request your free decision guide.
I've been with my doctor for 12 years. Now I know I'll be able to stick with them.
You'll be able to visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. Plus, there are no networks and virtually no referrals needed. See why millions of people have already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP. Don't wait. Call now.
Call now 1-800-300-8335. 1-800-300-8335.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
All right, hey, if you like skiing, take a look at these pictures. This is Camelback Ski Resort in Tannersville, Pennsylvania in the Poconos. Snow is coming down, hundreds of people out there. 8 lifts, 26 trails, and you know what's really big here, Viv? Snow tubing. They have 20 lanes for snow tubing. You get in the tube and it's
really
fast.
I bet you that is fun. Oh my goodness.
I know.
Well, let's check in on this system because there it is. You can see kind of the last little vestiges. This is Winter Storm storm Gorgon. We've been following it for several days now, and last little burst of heavy snow moving through the mountains of Pennsylvania. Okay, it has a lot of cold air with it as well. So our own Carl Parker is in the lab tracking this latest winter storm.
Hey, Viv, things certainly winding down now across the Mid-Atlantic region. We are getting some lingering light snow around Baltimore and up into Philadelphia and across Jersey, but it really is the tail end of this event, which hit right at rush hour in D.C., and boy, did it snarl traffic. One thing to keep in mind, Metro Rail, the subway system there in D.C., ran on time, no problems at all, and typically trains are not thwarted by winter weather. So the next time something like this happens, if it's an option, you may want to consider taking the train. There's some lingering light snow, as mentioned there in the Baltimore area, north on 83, Carroll County, then right up 95, north end of the Bay, generally north of the Bay Bridge. Annapolis still seeing a little bit of snow. That's around Anne Arundel County. Then we're getting light snow across the Garden City Expressway, Trenton, Philly, up into the LIE, and then across the Sound there, southern parts of Connecticut. And in D.C., it's going to be snow showers for the next few hours, and then we really begin to clear out later tonight, and looking very good indeed. So this clipper moving right along. It was a very fast-moving system all along. In the wake of that, you've got this west and southwesterly flow of wind coming across the lake. So the lake effect snows going and, in fact, picking up there in northwest PA and western parts of New York State, also coming off of Lake Ontario into the Tugs. Then we get a front coming through, and our trajectory will change, coming more out of the northwest, more lake effect snow. So all told, western Michigan and the UP getting 5 to 8 through Friday. We will see as much as a foot of snow northwestern PA and Chautauqua, Cattaraugus counties. Same story there right around the Tugs in Watertown, right along 81 there, and then lighter snow down the spine of the Appalachians. So what is behind that? Well, we do know that it's going to continue to be very, very cold. The cold air dominant across the country. Temperatures in the teens there in Syracuse with more snow showers. And that cold air is going to make its way all the way down into the mid-south and parts of the southeast. Now, the big question going forward is what, if anything, will interact with that cold air later in the week. And what I can tell you is that the models have been all over the place. They are not consistent from run to run. They're not consistent with each other. They're not consistent about timing. So there's a lot of uncertainty about this forecast coming up later this week. But generally what we know is that here is the below freezing air. So that little dark line right there, that is the freezing line at the surface. What this represents in gray and then here in green is moisture, limited moisture in gray, and then more of it as you get closer to the Gulf of Mexico. So what we're thinking may happen is that moisture may get involved with this cold air. It's possible that the moisture overrides that cold air. Notice the surface freezing line. This is the European model, very solid model, little slower of a solution as compared to the GFS. And what it's showing is possibly some freezing or frozen precipitation in the mid-south, maybe Texas, then maybe towards the Appalachians, the Carolinas, getting into early Monday. So again, you've got that moisture that's coming up and is overriding cold air at the surface right in here. How much moisture, how strong of a system, what the exact timing is going to be, all of that is really not clear at this time. We just want you to know that generally speaking, we are talking about the potential for winter weather anywhere from Texas into the Carolinas. And of course, it is going to continue to be exceptionally cold. Look at this. Average high in Chicago, 32 degrees. Next 10 days, we're going to be below the average high. And in fact, we've got the big goose egg for tomorrow and only 4 for the high on Friday. Ladies, back to you.
As you mentioned, Carl, not just cold, but exceptionally cold for many.
Yeah, dangerously cold, no question about that. Of course, millions shivering because of this Arctic cold. Let's take you right now and show you what Minneapolis looks like. And the next 10 days, you have well below average temperatures as well.
And we are watching much of the Midwest into parts of the Deep South. More details on that next.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, cloudy with a few showers. High 82. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, showers later at night. Low 66. Chance of rain 40%. Wednesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 77. Here's our 7-day outlook.
From the Midwest to the Mid-Atlantic, Winter Storm Gorgon has snarled traffic on major highways, interstates. Even the airplanes are delayed in the Northeast now. Right now, tracking the snow as it pushes eastward.
All the while, anywhere from Minnesota down to the Gulf Coast, some of the coldest weather of the season is coming. More than 2/3 of the country will feel below freezing temperatures by week's end. Hello, and thank you so much for joining us for Weather Center Live. I'm Vivian Brown.
And I'm Alexandra Steele. Thank you for being here. Well, you know, more than 240 million of you will be impacted by this Arctic air. Lows tomorrow in the Midwest well below zero. Wind chills 30 to 40 below zero.
Now that is dangerous, and we'll have your region by region forecast coming up. But we begin with Winter Storm Gorgon. Now, to put it simply, it has been a messy commute. Earlier this morning, hundreds of plows